what if your best years actually aren't behind you and they're actually ready to be created? Like if you could just get out of the mindset that I'm in my 60s, late 60s, and this is it. How can you just let go of, you actually have your best years in front of you because you have all the knowledge and the wisdom of who you are today? And what I want to talk about is all those things that can come up that make us really consider this or not. And I guess what I'm saying is, given that I feel it's never too late to reinvent yourself, it is something that you should consider. So those life changes could be, I'm thinking about retiring. I'm thinking about changing careers later in my life and ending with something in this way. It could be because of divorce. It could be because of death in a marriage. It could be you and your husband are married and you're empty nesters all of a sudden. There's so many changes that occur to us that sometimes I think we can let them stop us. And I know for me in the beginning, if I look back when I was 60 and some of the things that were going on in my life, I actually didn't really want to look at them. I didn't want to look at my marriage. I didn't want to look at my career. And I would ask you to really reconsider that. It's not starting over. And I think that's the key. It's not starting over. So if I look at it for myself, it was really thinking about what made me happy. What was I missing in my life? Was I going to get it in the situations that I was in? And I ask these questions so that you can ask yourself these questions of, am I happy? When was I happy? What makes me happy? What are some things that I really just want to do that are on my bucket list? And I'm not talking about traveling the world, although that might be one of them. So I think it's important to ask yourself those questions, knowing that your life is in front of you and with all the wisdom that you have. And I think that's the key here. You have a lot of wisdom to make some decisions that you didn't have when you were 30. I certainly didn't have them when I was 30. I think the other thing to consider is really looking at that myth of, oh, I'm too old to be doing this. If I had thought that, I would still be unhappily married. I would still be maybe at the end of my corporate career, but I would still be in a career that wasn't really fueling me as a person. It was financially very lucrative. I liked some of the people I worked with, but I was just really done. And if I had said that I was too old, oh my God, it's too late in my life to be thinking about changing what I'm doing, I could still be unhappily doing these things. I mean, that's what's crazy. And so much has changed in my life in the past year. And these are the things that I really would ask you to think about is, you've got the wisdom. You think about what do you want that you don't have? And then you can really look at that myth of, well, you can either say it's too late or not. It's really your choice, but I'm here to encourage you to think that you have a lot to do in the future, and you have a lot to do, and you're supposed to be happy, and let's make ourselves happy. The other thing is, because of all the years of my experience, I was able to pull skills in because of my career, because of my marriage. So whether I was, for me, it was like, okay, I'm going to try a dating app, which was I actually really had a lot of fun. It's not how I met my boyfriend, but I actually met some really nice gentlemen, not that they were good fits, but it was like, how do I write an intellect, a nice bio and put myself out there and respond. Like, I used a lot of the skills that I had, and I think that was so important. And then I started creating new skills. I'm sitting here doing a video today, and although I've worked in the tech sector doing corporate food service, I would not say that I am overly tech savvy. I certainly didn't know how to do a YouTube video or an Instagram or to even schedule it. Like, there's just so many things that I've learned. And the reason that I've done this is because I just felt like part of my purpose was to really share some of the experiences that I've gone through and completely kind of change things. And I know I am not the only person in my 60s or above that is going through this. I mean, that's really why I'm sitting here. It's like, I know I am not the only one, and I do believe that there's some energy that needs to get created out there for people to really look at that and look at it for themselves. So is where, you know, you're moving forward, is I'm moving forward in my life. It's been so imperative for me to use the skills I have, not let myself get stuck by, oh my God, this is my age, I'm too old to do this, I shouldn't be doing this now, I should just, you know, kind of run on empty. But the truth is, I'm moving towards my life purpose. And I think is one of the things that we look at of why there is something to look forward to. It's like, I've kind of been there, done that. You know, whether I could have done it better or not is actually not the issue. But I think what starts to get important for me is, I want peace over drama. I want to share something that's meaningful to me. And this could be whatever it is for you. You do not need to be doing a YouTube video. That's not what I'm implying. But this is my way to get out there and share something that's important to me, and to coach people along the way. In my age group. This is, you know, I'm not speaking to 20-year-olds here, but what is your life purpose? Is it getting involved with pets? Is it getting involved with rescues? Something that speaks to your heart, because I think those are the things. We've done all the things, the material things, the career things, the marriage thing, the family thing. We've done all those, and then it gets to a point of, you know, what's my imprint here on earth, and how do I want to share that with others? So as I ask you to think about, look at these life changes, look at who you are, use your skills, break down myths, take action, kind of connect with your life purpose, which is, you know, something I talked about in one of my other videos, is it has to come from your heart. Like for me, it was, you know, I need to get back to a more peaceful lifestyle, and being by the ocean, truthfully, for that is really, that's really a big piece of it. So it was the move to San Diego, stepping away from working 40 to 60 hours a week. That, you know, it was like, I don't want to do that anymore. What do I want to do? I wanted to do something with pets. I got in touch with wanting to share my message, which, you know, it's a double, like, there's part of me going, why the heck am I doing this? And the other part of it is, for anyone that is listening, this little voice that's going on in my head is going on in your head. And so I think it's really important to think about that. So as you're thinking about, you know, what is in front of me and what do I create, think about what excites you. What haven't you done that you've wanted to do? What haven't you done that you've wanted to do? What excites you? And if fear wasn't there, what would you do? What action would you take? And again, for me, you know, I can just give you my examples. I evaluated my marriage. That was the first thing. I evaluated my marriage. It's not like I just said, oh my God, I'm getting divorced. Certainly not after 16 years. I evaluated my marriage. Had discussions with my then husband, evaluated again, made a serious decision to change direction. This was not haphazard. And again, I am not a proponent of divorce. Trust me, I wished I never got divorced. It is what it is, you know, but I'm not a proponent of that. And I took action on it, and that just opened up a whole door of, who am I now? So whether it's you're an empty nester and you and her husband are going, what are we now? We're not parents. Like, these are all these doorways. So it could be the death of a spouse. It could be a huge career change. It could be retirement. But think about these things, you know, what excites you? What haven't you done that you want to do? And if fear wasn't an issue, what would you do? And I would ask all of you, if you're watching this video, to think about one thing you can do this week that opens your door. This isn't about, I'm going to take action now. It's not, it's so much more subtle. This process is so much more subtle, but it's about continuing to expand your awareness of who you want to be, or where you want to be, and a very not straight path of how you're going to get there, because it is not a straight path. I can certainly tell you that for myself. So think about what you can do this week. I am going to be taking on clients, and if any of you are interested, please reach out to me. My email will be in the descriptor, gail@gaildesantis.com. and I'd love to help mentor you just like I have mentored and coached so many people in my career in 30 years, just helping people be better at their jobs, be better at their life. And it doesn't surprise me that I'm sitting here on a video talking about coaching, because it's actually something I've done my whole life, and it's actually something that has been very, very fulfilling. So join me on this journey, but before you join me on this journey, join yourself on this journey. It is never too late to reinvent yourself.